Morning. How are you feeling this morning? It is a cold and windy and rainy day here in Cape Town in South Africa. I've got my warm fuzzy jacket on. I'm staying indoors today. It's not really an outdoors kind of day today, but that's, the cycle of life, the cycle of weather. Yesterday was beautiful and sunny, and today is cold and rainy, so it's an indoor day for me. So I'm having an extra slow, extra yin start to my day, staying indoors, being slow, drinking an extra cup of tea. So hopefully you are waking up slowly and taking advantage of whatever day is available to you wherever you are in the world. We're on day 159 of the year today, and according to 365 Tao by Deng Ming Tao, our word on the 159th day of the year is writer. So that's also something that we're going to be doing this morning as part of our practice, is writing in our journals. Interesting how this little book usually syncs up with what we're doing in our life. I love that. Some mornings I read and I'm like, wow, how did you know? This is like exactly what's going on in my life right now. That's the wonderful thing about 365 Tao. It's such a great little book. And hopefully after 159 days of this practice, you're starting to see it infiltrate in a positive way into your life as well. So grab your book, grab your journal and something to write with. Find that nice quiet and comfy place where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 15 minutes or so while we read together. Open up to page 159. Be here and now and present. Remember that just taking a few deep breaths in and focusing on your breath with those longer exhales than inhales is a great way to be here in the present moment. And let's start reading together on day 159 on the subject of writer. She withdrew into herself, first writing just for one, then touching thousands. She incarnated ghosts, hurt and joy, into paper and ink, stories of wonder. One author said, "I can get rid of anything by writing about it," meaning that the process of externalization could liberate him from the pain in his soul. That realization produced a delicious dichotomy: to free himself or to hold on to both joys and tortures by remaining silent about them. So I always like to think about the process of writing in an analog way, and this is why I always encourage you to have like a physical journal and something to write with, because as it says here, writing, as I love the way it says, process of externalization. So you're taking these things, these thoughts, these feelings that you have inside of you, and you're literally externalizing them, like taking them outside of you through that process of using a pen and putting it to paper. I really, really love that first paragraph as a metaphor for when we journal or when we write in general. So I encourage you to reread that before you start your journaling practice today. Writers write because they must. They need to express something from deep within themselves. They hear voices that others do not. They listen urgently, and they must communicate what they hear. People feel Tao in the same way that writers feel something unique. In the process of listening for mysterious voices and expressing the wonder that comes is a magic akin to the perfection of Tao. Wow, what a beautiful way to think about this writing practice that we're undertaking here, and writing in our journals, and this journaling practice that we've been practicing for 159 days now. Lots of beautiful wisdom about the process here, but I really, really love that sentence up here, is the process of externalization. If you have these thoughts within you, it's so important to externalize them. And it goes on here and talking about artists as writers as artists, right? You have something within you that you need to express. You need to put it out in the world. You need to externalize it. Writers do it with words. Artists do it, like in my case as a painter, I do it with a paintbrush. You need to creatively express and creatively externalize all of these things that are going on inside of you. And if you can do it in an analog way, getting off the screen, getting off the computer, picking up a pen, picking up a paintbrush and using your physical hand, you're really, really externalizing these things that are going on inside of you. And that is such an important part of the creative process, but it's also such a natural part of being a human. When you think about it, human beings have been using tools to externalize their creative expression since the beginning of time. Cavemen were drawing on, the walls inside of caves. The ancient Egyptians were carving their hieroglyphics. Like, it's been something that humans have done for since the beginning of time, and we need to maintain that connection in that analog way. So I invite you today to use analog tools as often as you can. Put the phone down, put the screen down, pick up a pen, pick up a pencil, pick up a paintbrush, do something analog and externalize something from within you. It can be, just your journal entry, for example. You might want to write a letter to a loved one. You might want to draw or sketch something. Hey, maybe you want to pick up, some charcoal or a crayon or a medium that you perhaps don't usually use, and just use it and express yourself in that way. Try something analog today and do it with the intention of externalizing something from within yourself. That's really what creativity is all about. I love today's passage. I invite you to reread it in your own time and pull out whatever resonates and journal about it. Thank you so much for being here for 159 days of the year, and I look forward to catching up with you and reading again with you tomorrow. Thanks.